Welcome to the ultimate tour of the seaside, a sunseeker's paradise and stunning city on the sea. With nearly 30 bars and restaurants, 4 pools, a water park, and seemingly endless options for entertainment, you'll never go bored on this 1,000-foot megaship. But due to its massive size and somewhat confusing layout, you may have some trouble finding everything. And that's why we're here to help. From back to front, bottom to top, and everywhere in between, we'll show you what this ship has to offer and exactly where to find it on this fully guided tour of the seaside. So grab a snack and tell all your friends, because this tour is about to get started.
Hey guys, we are Jamie and Skylar, and we are starting this tour here on Deck 5 because it is the lowest deck that doesn't consist almost entirely of staterooms and crew quarters.
From here, we're going to work our way all the way up to Deck 20, where you'll find a feature that we've never experienced on a cruise ship before. Now, we have a lot to show you, so let's get this tour started.
Our tour of Deck 5 begins towards the front of the ship, where you'll find the art gallery and the immersive gallery. The art gallery offers limited edition art for purchase, as well as these unique lit up floors and walls. And right next door, the immersive gallery offers more artwork, plus video displays which were not in operation during our tour. Just past the immersive gallery is where you'll find the bottom deck of the atrium, which runs all the way up to the 8th deck. The 5th deck atrium area is where you'll find the future cruise desk, the seaside bar, and the guest service desk. We had to spend a little more time here at guest services than we would have hoped for, and we'll go into that experience a bit further in our next video. The Seaside Bar was one of the busiest bars on the ship, but also one that offered the best selection of liquors. We also loved that this bar offered an assortment of pastries, as well as freshly brewed espresso drinks. And while this bar was often full, you could usually find seating on these comfortable sofas nearby. Just like we showed you in our tour of the Meraviglia, you can also find Swarovski crystal staircases in the atrium on the seaside, which are one of the most popular photo spots on both ships. Just off the atrium at the rear of Deck 5 is where you'll find the Seashore Restaurant, one of the 2 main dining rooms on the seaside. During our cruise on the seaside, we dined at Seashore Restaurant for 1 lunch and 2 dinners, and overall we were impressed with the experience. While the service wasn't quite on the level of some of the higher-end cruise lines, the staff were friendly and entertaining, and our orders came out more quickly than on our prior 2 MSC cruises. We also were quite impressed with the food, but having now sailed on MSC 3 times, we've pretty much learned what dishes the cruise line does and doesn't do well. If you want to hear some of our MSC cruising tips, as well as what we like and dislike most about sailing on this cruise line, be sure to tune in to our next episode and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss it. Now that you know your way around Deck 5, we're going to show you a little bit of our dining experience in the Seashore Restaurant before heading 1 floor up to Deck 6.
Skylar got lasagna as an appetizer. It's not an actual appetizer. We had to get an order because they make the pasta in-house, and we know the lasagna was really good on the Meraviglia. Is it as good as the one on the Meraviglia? Yeah. All right, recommend the lasagna.
So it's a little different. It's not tomatoey at all. It is super cheesy though, and I really love the texture. It's delicious. It looks great. We'll see if it's as good as the prime rib on the Meraviglia though. Very similar, very good.
Because we both love MSC's prime ribs so much, I decided to order one too, but I got mine covered in au jus.
Good as you remember?
Now, Grandma's chocolate cake was my favorite dessert on the Meraviglia, so we'll see how it is on the seaside. The fudge frosting on that is really rich and delicious.
Now, if you're looking for a dessert that's not nearly as sweet, but super creamy and delicious, we'd highly recommend the cheesecake as well. So this is our first time eating in a main dining room for lunch. Looks like they have some vegetarian options and vegan options. They've got a vegan burger and a couscous. We've got fish and chips, beef fajitas, burger, salad. So yeah, we're gonna try this out.
So the lunch hours here at the main dining room today are a bit limited. I think it's from noon to 1:30, so we showed up right around noon. It is a little bit busy in here, but we arrived early enough to get a seat right by the window. So there must be a chip shortage on this ship because my spinach and artichoke dip came with only 6 of them. It looks good though. Since I only have 6 chips, I really got to load a lot on each one.
Yeah. So this spinach and artichoke dip is a little bit different than we're used to. It's way more spinach and artichoke and a lot less cheese. So it's not as creamy, but it seems a lot healthier and it's still really good. Trying the fish and chips and the tartar sauce. Looks like they're good. Yeah.
We found the Cobb salad and the ceviche to be quite good as well, and we definitely recommend checking out the Seashore restaurant for lunch. While our second dinner on the seaside didn't offer anything quite as delicious as the prime rib, everything that we did order was good.
Tonight for appetizers, we got the cocktail shrimp, we got the French onion soup, and also the ravioli, which we think is stuffed with ricotta and spinach.
For one of our entrees, we got the meatloaf, which was one of the best Skylar has had, and while this pasta al forno wasn't quite what we expected it to be, it was one of the better pasta dishes we've had on a cruise ship.
To us, it looks a lot like lasagna. We Googled, and this is what pasta al forno is like. But we think this is lasagna. Here on Deck 6, you'll find another complimentary dining room, as well as a couple bars and a ton of shopping.
Our tour of Deck 6 starts at the rear of the ship, where one floor up from the Seashore restaurant, you'll find Empanema, the ship's other main dining room. We found Empanema to be similar to Seashore, but with a different color scheme. As you head forward on Deck 6, towards the middle of the ship, you'll reach the 6th floor atrium area, which is where you'll find the Shine Bar, the excursions desk, and a great spot to watch one of the live performers in the atrium.
So we are doing this tour while we're in port at their private island, and something really cool, in the atrium, they have a live feed of the lighthouse on the island.
The Deck 6 atrium area is also where we first boarded the Seaside in Port Canaveral, and we have to mention that the Shine Bar was a great spot to grab an Aperol Spritz, a dirty martini, or even a hot latte. As you continue to make your way forward on Deck 6, you'll reach one of the top spots for sweet lovers on the seaside at Vinci 1878 Chocolate Bar. We found the chocolate bar to offer an impressive variety of chocolates, fudge, and gelato made right on the seaside. This is also the spot where you can find some amazing looking specialty coffee drinks and even chocolate replicas of the seaside itself. Now if you're just looking to grab a quick cocktail, Vinci 1878 offers those as well, and usually with a very short wait time. And if you're looking to take care of some business on the seaside, you'll find the business center right around the corner from the chocolate bar. Just past the chocolate bar is where you'll find the Piazza Grande, another great spot on the ship to relax and enjoy some live music. But if you happen to cruise for the shopping, then this is the right place for you too, as you'll find a variety of shops surrounding the Piazza Grande, including the mini mall, the perfume and cosmetics store, the watches and jewelry store, the accessory store, and the boutique. At the front of Deck 6, you'll find the bottom floor of the 2-story, 946-seat Metropolitan Theater. But since the main entrance to the theater is a deck up, we're heading up to Deck 7.
Now here on Deck 7, you'll find the theater, the casino, a bunch of bars, arcade games, and even a pool.
And our tour of Deck 7 gets started at the front of the ship, where you'll find the spot on the seaside to catch a show, including what was probably the most impressive Michael Jackson show that we've ever seen. If you're enjoying this video so far and would like to see our cruise tours of other MSC ships and other cruise lines, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn the notifications on. Just a few steps from the theater, gamblers will find their spot at the Miami Casino, which has a really cool lit-up glass floor and an impressively stocked circular bar. But if shows or gambling aren't your thing, the 7th floor still has plenty to offer, including more fantastic atrium views and one of our favorite bars on the ship, the Champagne Bar. Here we could almost always find good room to sit, good service, and a great selection of refreshing, sparkling cocktails that were included in the Easy Plus package. Right along the 7th floor atrium, you can also find a watches and sunglasses shop and another future cruise desk. As you make your way towards the rear of Deck 7, you'll find several more great options for drinks and entertainment. One of those being the Haven Lounge, which hosts events such as dance classes and trivia during the day, and comes alive with drinks, live music, and dancing at night. Just a few steps from the Haven Lounge, pool sharks will find their spot at the billiards room, which offers the only pool table on the seaside. Several unique and family-friendly options can also be found at the rear of Deck 7, including an F1 simulator, 2 bowling lanes, and an interactive XD cinema.
The interactive cinema, it's like 5 minutes of 3D gaming. I can hear that it's going in there right now.
Just past the games, cruisers will find the Garage Club, a 1950s themed dance and drinks venue, which is one of the most unique bars we've found on any cruise ship. Just outside the Garage Club, guests will find Vinci Gelateria and Creperie, your spot for freshly made Italian gelato and French crepes. And at the far rear of the ship is where you'll find the South Beach Pool, the lowest located pool on the seaside and a more relaxing alternative to the main pool on Deck 16. And right next to the South Beach Pool is the South Beach Bar, a great spot to relax with a mojito during the day or to dance and party the night away. Now that you've toured Decks 5 through 7, it's time to head one floor up to Deck 8.
Here on Deck 8, you'll find one of 2 buffets on board, along with some more shops and bars, and also the gym and spa.
Our tour of Deck 8 starts at the rear of the ship, where you'll find the biggest of the 2 main buffets and a spot to grab breakfast, lunch, dinner, or a late night snack on the seaside. And while we don't have the time to show you everything on the Marketplace buffet, we're going to show you some of our favorites, which for breakfast included the various fresh fruits, sausage and bacon, fresh breads and pastries, fried eggs, French toast, plus the lattes from the Marketplace bar, to which we usually added a bit of honey from the buffet. Just like on the MSC Meraviglia, our go-to item on the lunch buffet was always the pizza. And this pizza is not just good when compared to the mediocre pizza on most cruises, it's flat out good in general. But if you do somehow manage to get sick of this amazing pizza, there are some other great lunch and dinner items on this buffet too, including the pastas, the cold cuts and cheeses, the nachos, the stewed beef, and the fried shrimp. Just a few steps from the entrance to the Marketplace buffet, guests will find the 8th floor atrium area, which is where you'll find the MSC shop, another excursions desk, and Bistro La Boheme, which was never actually opened during our cruise. But without a doubt, our favorite part of the 8th floor atrium area was the view of the atrium parties, especially the Sunshine Party, which took place on the opening night of our cruise on the seaside. On each side of the atrium towards the rear of the deck, guests will find the 2 infinity bridges extending out over the edge of the seaside. While those with a fear of heights may find this bridge to be a little scary, there's another glass bridge on this ship that's even higher, and we'll show it to you later in this video. Back inside on Deck 8, towards the middle of the ship, cruisers will pass the fashion and jewelry store on the way to the Seaview Lounge. We found this bar to have a bunch of comfortable seating, a stage for live music, and a somewhat limited selection of alcohol. And while we never did enjoy a cocktail in this lounge, we did stick around for a quick shot of espresso. Just a few steps away from the Seaview Lounge, sports fans will find their spot to catch the game at the sports bar. And while this bar was closed during the day on port days, it was quite the popular place to be at night, as it offered by far the greatest amount of TVs and the best selection of beers of any bar on the seaside. We found this bar to also offer comfortable seating, plus some pretty impressive sports memorabilia. Not too far from the sports bar, towards the front of Deck 8, is where you'll find the MSC Spa, which offers a cosmetic shop, a hair salon and barber shop, a nail salon, and a whole bunch of other services. Right next to the salon is where you'll find the MSC Gym, which offers a good-sized yoga room, variety of weights, and plenty of cardio machines with endless views of the sea. Now that you've seen everything the Seaside's lower levels have to offer, it's time to head a few decks up.
Now the next 7 decks are staterooms only, including Deck 14, which is where our stateroom is located. We're going to show you a room tour that we filmed yesterday and then meet you back up on Deck 16.
14, Car G1.
Welcome to room 14155 on the MSC Seaside. Now today we are planning to give you a tour of an interior stateroom, but if you watched our episode last week, then you already know that we got upgraded to a balcony. Now if you're interested in seeing why we got upgraded, we'd recommend watching that episode after this one.
So quick change of plans. We decided to make the ship tour episode prior to the episode where we discuss our room upgrade. So if you're interested in hearing about how we got upgraded to a balcony for free, be sure to check out our next episode. And if you're watching this video in July of 2023 or later, then that video has probably already been posted. Now back to the room tour.
We're gonna start this tour off actually in the bathroom. Now normally we are not very impressed with cruise ship bathrooms, but this bathroom has something that we have never had on a cruise ship before, so let me show you what it is.
So this bathroom has a full-size tub. Now we're probably not going to take a bath in here, but what we're really excited about is the extra space that comes with that in the shower. We are not going to feel cramped at all.
They do provide both shampoo and shower gel, but no conditioner, so make sure to bring that if you need it. Now the counter space in the bathroom is pretty limited, but they do have 2 shelves for your toiletries. Now outside of the bathroom, you'll find your do not disturb light and your makeup room light, along with a slot for a key card. You must have one inserted in order for your lights and your AC to work, and then you've got your switch for your room lights. On the other side of the bathroom door, you'll find the AC control and also your bathroom light. On the other side of the hall is a full-length mirror, which is great for getting ready in the evenings, and next to that is a very large desk, which does have a drawer underneath, and that is where you're going to find the hair dryer. Next to that is the mini bar, which I want to talk about that for a moment. We found the typical sodas, waters, and liquors in the mini bar, but we also found chocolate, peanuts, and Pringles. Now at the end of the desk behind the phone, you're gonna find 2 American outlets, 2 international outlets, and also 2 USB ports. You'll also find the lights to the desk as well. And above that is the flat screen TV, which appears to be about 32 inches. Now over in the corner is where you're gonna find the closet. It has drawers and shelves, and is also where you'll find a small safe, which appears to be 8 or 9 inches wide. And the other side of the closet is pretty spacious and has about 12 hangers. Next to the closet is the love seat, which does offer additional seating, and then you've got the king-sized bed. On either side of the bed there are nightstands with cubby holes, and there's also a light, a reading light, and a switch that controls the main cabin lights. Now there's just one more thing to show you, and that is the balcony. It is plenty big for the both of us. It's got a couple of chairs and a footstool or table, and you just can't beat the views.
As we show you some views from our balcony, we want to know if you've sailed on the Seaside or any other MSC ship. If so, please share your experience in the comments.
We are here on deck 16. Now if you did not book in the yacht club, you're not going to be able to access the top 3 floors near the front of the ship. But that's okay, because there is still plenty more to see, and we're going to start with the Chef's Court restaurants, which are right behind me.
The first of the 3 Chef's Court restaurants is Ocean Cay, the spot on the seaside for seafood. This restaurant offers a variety of sophisticated fish and shellfish dishes, an extensive wine selection, and some stunning ocean views. Right next door to Ocean Cay is the Butcher's Cut, the spot on the seaside for steak connoisseurs. Here you'll find a variety of high-end Angus beef, custom cut by master butchers and aged to perfection. And like Ocean Cay, you'll find a beautiful setting with floor-to-ceiling windows and some amazing views. Just a few steps from the Butcher's Cut, you'll find yet another specialty dining option at the Asian Market Kitchen. This restaurant is essentially 3 restaurants in one, offering a sushi bar experience, a sit-down dining experience, and a hibachi experience. And we both agreed that out of the more than 10 cruise ships we've been on, this restaurant may be the most aesthetically pleasing. In addition to its 3 restaurants, Chef's Court also has a cocktail bar, and considering how empty we usually found it, we're pretty sure that many people don't even know about it. We found this bar to offer the best ingredients of any bar on the ship, and a menu of premium cocktails and mocktails which can only be found at this bar. And if you want to experience perhaps the best view you'll ever find in a restroom, that can be found in Chef's Court on deck 16 as well.
Wow, this is definitely the best view I've had from a restroom ever. We're still here on deck 16, right outside of the Biscayne Bay Buffet. We do want to note though that on this floor, in order to go from the front of the ship to the back of the ship, you cannot go through the Chef's Court area, so you have to go up or down a floor to go from the front half to the back half. Now as you can see, the buffet is currently closed because it is a port day, but we will show you some footage from when we ate here during this cruise.
The Biscayne Bay Buffet was open for breakfast and lunch during our cruise, and seemed to have many of the same items you could find on Deck 8 at the Marketplace Buffet. And while it was smaller in size and selection than the marketplace, it generally seemed to be less busy and was much more convenient to the main pool and the kids area. But if you want to know why Skylar's smuggling bananas from this buffet, you'll have to stick around a little bit longer. Just a quick walk from the Biscayne Bay Buffet towards the rear of the ship, you'll find the Miami Beach Pool and the Miami Beach Bar. Although this section of the ship was generally quite packed on sea days, on a port day like this one, it wasn't too busy at all. And while the bar here does serve all of the delicious frozen cocktails you'd expect it to, we were happy to find that they also offer fresh orange juice and gelato.
So we decided to do some special desserts tonight. I got gelato dipped in chocolate. I think it was $6. And Skylar brought a banana from the breakfast buffet to get a special drink from the bar.
Located right next to the Miami Beach Bar, the Miami Beach Pool is far from the biggest roof deck pool we've seen on a cruise ship, but considering this ship offers multiple other pools for its guests to enjoy, it really doesn't have to be. Just past the Miami Beach Pool is where you'll find the outdoor stage and this platform area, which we found to offer some of the best views of the ship and surrounding waters both day and night. The platform area was our go-to spot to take in the evening deck parties, which included the Night 1 sail away party, plus one of the best parties we've seen on a cruise ship, the White Party. We were really impressed with how many cruisers made it to this party and how great the staff were at getting everyone involved. Just a few steps from the stage at the very back of Deck 16 is where you'll find the Bridge of Sighs, a 100-foot-long glass-floored bridge situated 131 feet above the sea.
Now we wanted to show you a view of the Bridge of Sighs from this elevator. If you are afraid of heights, you're probably not going to want to walk across it because it is a glass bottom. And if you just stand on it, you can feel it move quite a bit. It's a little nerve-wracking.
In addition to being a great test for your fear of heights, we found this bridge to offer some amazing views and one of the best photo ops you'll find on a cruise ship. But if the Bridge of Sighs is a bit too much for you, you can still find some amazing views at the back of Deck 16 from the sides of the ship or from the panoramic elevator.
We are here on Deck 18, and you may be able to tell already, but this is the place to be for kids. This is where you're going to find the Kids Club, the Water Adventure Park, and also the Jungle Pool Lounge. Now you may also be wondering why we jumped to the 18th floor, and that's because the 17th floor does not exist on this ship because 17 is an unlucky number in Italy.
The tour of the top 3 ship decks starts at the rear of Deck 18, where you'll find fun and activities for kids of all ages.
Here's the club for the little ones under 3 years old. So here's the area for the mini club, which is 3 to 6, and the junior club, 7 to 11. A young club, 12 to 14. And also a teen club for 15 to 17.
Just a few steps from the kids' clubs and back out on the roof deck is where you'll find the Forest Aquaventure Park, a favorite among kids and perhaps the loudest spot on the ship. The water park extends upwards to decks 19 and 20 and includes 4 different water slides, which of course we had to experience for ourselves.
Oh my god, it's so dark in here!
Here we go.
If you head a couple floors up to Deck 20 in the Forest Adventure Park, you'll find the sports arena and adventure trail, the spots on the seaside to shoot some hoops, climb through some nets, or just take in some epic views. One floor down on deck 19 is where you'll find the Miramar bar, which we also saw identified in some spots as the health bar. We found this a bit ironic as the bar is situated right next to the ship's smoking section, but we still did enjoy this open air bar as it usually wasn't too busy, the drinks were great, and so were the views. Back down on deck 18, not far from the Forest Adventure Park, is where you'll find the Jungle Bar and the Jungle Pool Lounge. We found the Jungle Bar to offer the same great frozen cocktails you'll find at the Miami Beach Bar, but with a more relaxed vibe, and Skylar can confirm their pina coladas are on point. Nearby at the Jungle Pool, you'll find more of the same relaxed vibe, as we found this pool to never be too loud or busy. Another perk of this pool is that it does have a retractable roof known as the Magradome, making it a great spot to lounge or go for a swim, rain or shine. Within the Magradome area, you'll also find some table games, more great views, and plenty of spots to chill with your friends. The final upper deck activity on the seaside is one we've been saving for last, and that is the zip line. Skylar was really excited to try out this activity as it was the first zip line he'd ever seen on a cruise ship, and at just $10 per ride, we found it to be reasonably priced too.
There's Skylar signing his life away for this exciting zip line. It's really easy though. You can come up to the area here and give him your card and sign the waiver. You ready? Yeah. Alright, see you later!
The zipline was a popular spot on the seaside, and rightfully so, as it offers some of the best views that you'll ever experience on a cruise ship.
It's so slow!
That's okay, we can speed it up! Make it look real exciting!
And although it was a bit on the slower side, it was still a lot of fun, and the slow speed meant more time to take in the views.
Now, if you're sailing on the seaside out of a U.S. port, there's a good chance that you're going to be stopping at MSC's private island, and that is absolutely gorgeous. And it's basically an extension of the ship because your drink packages work there, and also there is complimentary food. That's where we're heading to next, so we'll see you on the island.
Since we spent the majority of our port day on this cruise filming this tour, we didn't have a whole lot of time left to spend on the island, but the time we did have, we sure did enjoy. We're going to show you a little bit of that experience, but if you'd like to see more footage of MSC's private island, including the awesome lighthouse show and beach party, you can find that at the end of our MSC Meraviglia tour.
So this is the beach that is closest to where the ship ports. It's fairly sandy and pretty nice. The area over here is the more natural side of the island, so that is very rocky. Then you've got the lagoon area in the middle here that does tend to be pretty calm and sandy. And there's also a beach on the other side of the lagoon. Now that can be really nice if it's not super wavy or windy. And then in the corner, I think this is the area where the yacht club members get to hang out. We're heading out to the island.
Now, if you watched our Meraviglia tour, you'll already know that our favorite spot on the island is the Lighthouse Bar, and that's exactly where we're headed. But first, I needed a snack, and then Skylar needed a beer.
It's a long walk to the Lighthouse Bar. You gotta stop by another beach bar on the way.
Yep.
Thank you.
We did eventually make it to the Lighthouse Bar, and it was every bit as wonderful as we had remembered it to be. And on this Friday evening, we'd even have it nearly all to ourselves for sunset. And if you ever get the chance to be at the Lighthouse Bar at sunset, we'd highly recommend it.
Right after sunset, all the lights turn on and it's such a pretty area, but we'll be back out here soon for the beach party and back out here tomorrow.
Or that's what we planned anyway. But after a long day of filming and a few drinks at the beach bar, we never made it back off the ship, at least not until the next morning.
Now I know we've said this in our previous MSC ship tour video, but this is our favorite private island that we've been to. And you're not going to find a whole bunch of activities. We like it because it feels more secluded and more like a natural island. It's not completely built up. So if you are looking for somewhere that has like a water park or a giant pool, this probably isn't going to be your favorite island, but if you're just looking for great beaches, relaxation, a place to chill, this is a great spot. I think Skylar's found his spot for this morning. So we heard from a staff member the reason that they pull that thing behind the jet ski is because it makes waves under the water and keeps the sharks away. Not sure if it's true, but staff did tell us that. Now, when we visited this island previously, we got in the water in the lagoon area and also on the north side of the island. Those areas were not near as rocky. This side of the island that we spent time at today is more the natural side. There's no lifeguards and probably the rockiest area of the island for swimming. It's beautiful, but you'll definitely want to bring your water shoes. This is what we call a true beach bird. He doesn't even sit in the sand. He is living his best life on this island. Can we join you? We're just gonna sit right here. Oh, yeah, you got a great spot here. Now here's a shot of the water in the lagoon, and you can already see that it is a lot less rocky. So you'd be fine in the lagoon without water shoes. The lagoon area also has some floating docks that you can swim out to, and if you head to the other side of the lagoon on the second day, you may be able to have the entire beach to yourself. Those lifeguards look pretty bored today. Oh, it's always sad leaving the private island.
While our cruise on the seaside may have been nearly over, your cruising experience doesn't have to be. So if you're not quite ready for your cruise to end, or if you're still on the fence about cruising with MSC, then click on this video next. Thanks for watching!